I really just wanted to have a little chat with you about the ultimate race and the everything surrounding that. So Neverland has cleared. Let me open up my browser here. Neverland is the winner of the Dragon Song Ultimate World Race, and this is probably, I think this is the most incredible and prestigious achievement I have ever seen happen in a video game. Honestly, I don't know if you've been watching it. I don't know if you've been watching this Ultimate, but it is brutal. It is the most unforgiving content I have ever seen in an MMO. It is unreal. Well, it's not unreal. It's Ultimate. It's insane. Okay. Like, you have to be perfect with what you're doing. So I really cannot understate how ridiculous of an achievement this is for Neverland. And they cleared this on May 2nd, 14:55 GMT +1. Yeah. So I'm obviously extremely happy for them. Last week, we were doing some of the Ultimate World Race coverage, the Mog Talk coverage, and I think we did a really good job. Like, I'm very proud of all the casters that took part. But I had seen some people that were criticizing it. They've been criticizing how the World First Race is broadcast in Final Fantasy 14. And I feel like, and part of this is because not all the teams stream their runs. Like, obviously, many people had wanted to watch TPS Prague, and we didn't get to see the Neverland Prague who won. And so I know that makes it less hype when you cannot actually watch all of the Prague from the people that are going to win. But they don't really, like, I think they don't really have a ton of incentive to stream, because streaming is a disadvantage. It is an inherent disadvantage if you can broadcast your strat that's working well, and maybe it's a strat that you came up with and other teams don't have the strat. Maybe there's a riddle involved where you figured out the pieces of the puzzle and other people haven't yet. Like, this gives you a lot of a massive advantage over others, and so you can see why teams wouldn't want to just give that up for not a very good reason or not much reason. So a lot of teams just don't have the necessary incentive that would be worth it to sacrifice that huge advantage that comes with not streaming it. And I think one of the main reasons for that is that the race is not funded by Square Enix. This is something that people don't get. Like, the fact we had any kind of coverage at all is a miracle. Okay, like, players went out of their way to organize anything that we could. It was all like homebrew grassroots coverage that we did, and there was limited resources, obviously, so it wasn't able to be like a 24-hour thing all day every day until the clear. That's just not how it works. It's like players put it together, not Square Enix. And sometimes I wonder, like, I do feel like it would be really nice if Square Enix would consider sponsoring the World Race event, or at least like helping out with it somewhat instead. But I guess they're too busy selling off Tomb Raider and selling off their Western IPs right now for $300 million. They're too busy doing that to drop any money on the World Race. So that's really a topic for another day. But it sure would be nice if they could have put a little bit of money in the race. Because if they did, I mean, maybe more people would feel like they had an incentive to actually stream it. Because now people are taking time off work to prepare. People are no-lifing the game during Prague. They actually have to take time off work to do this. I know, at least in the WoW race community, there's several competitive teams that they don't even want somebody on their team who has a normal day job, because they could run out of vacation time during the Prague and not be able to commit the ridiculous hours that's required for something like that. Like, I know that TPS said that they now have to go casual because they ran out of paid time off. Now, this is from 20 hours ago. Yeah, if it's not today, it might be a while because paid time off is up for us. So, yeah, I mean, they have to sacrifice their paid time off for this as well. And now they have to go casual until they can clear because that's just how it is. So, yeah. Actually, you know, I did try to find out how much money Activision Blizzard spends on sponsoring and like promoting the world race for Mythic, for WoW. But then I remembered, oh wait, in WoW, the players pay for it too. Yeah, in WoW, actually, the players pay for that too, because I remember reading, actually, let me find it for you. Yeah. Mythic WoW race cost one team over $93,000. Oh, is that right? Yeah, that was Team Liquid. Spent $93,000. So I guess they must be getting sponsored by someone so that they can actually afford to spend this kind of cash, because they are spending it on potions, items, food that they need for raiding. Because for this one, Team Liquid spent 723 million gold. That's around 4,600 WoW tokens, which is equivalent to $93,000 dues. Yeah, it's the WoW tokens. I know that there was a comment made by one of the members of Pieces, who I think is no longer raiding in WoW, one of their competitive raid teams, who talked a little bit about how much Blizzard was actually paying them. And he said that this was Gurk. Let me show you the comment he made. Yeah, so Gurk said that they did get compensated monetarily for participating in the race, but the teams have huge rosters, and so basically any temp job that he worked would earn him that amount of money within a week of working full time. So it didn't seem like a ton. But someone in the comments a minute ago said that some of the teams are getting sponsored from other, like they're getting other kind of sponsorships that help support the crazy amount of money they have to drop on WoW tokens. It's just, okay. I don't want to get into a discussion about WoW tokens. All I wanted to really talk about was how world races are funded, and how maybe it would be a good idea if Square Enix put a little bit of money in the world race. Okay, that's the main thing that I wanted to say, because it's a massive time investment. Players taking time off work, players no life in the game for a week or more. Right now, I am I'm restraining myself from going off on a tangent about WoW token and how I'm not going to do that, because I wanted to talk about Ultimate today. I want to talk about the Ultimate World Race, because it seems like, from what I understand, there is a lot of harassment now being directed at TPS. There is plenty of people who are harassing TPS to the point that some members of the Neverland team have had to speak out and say, hey, please don't shit or flame TPS. This Ultimate is fucking brutal on consistency. We love TPS as a team. Look, this is horrible that somebody has to come out and say this. That wasn't the only case. And yeah, it is absolutely brutal on consistency. In fact, I think that's the exact same thing that we saw Sfia say. He said the fight is brutal on consistency. We couldn't play well enough consistently enough to grab the win. Got to work harder for next time. And let me tell you something about Sfia. Whenever I first had to flee my house in Ukraine, when the war started and I was terrified and I didn't know where to go, Sfia was one of the first people that wrote me and contacted me and offered me help. And I will never forget that. I will never forget that. They said, because they didn't clear 6 hours ago, casual gamers till it's down. Cheers to those of you supporting us. It means a ton to the team. So please, yeah, go out there and support TPS and encourage them, because it's rough to no life and try so hard and not get that win that they had really been hoping for. I know that another member of TPS did say that he said, I'll go over later why we lost, but I'll go with the TLDR now. Real reason. Wasn't able to play consistently for a long time given such an intense fight. Just bad play. Salty reasons. Spending over 12 hours trying to clear twice / tinfoil harshfront. Because we didn't want to tank Elvin. So you can see just from the tweet, like, it's when they were so close to getting world first, it's just really devastating, because the fight it's very, very, very challenging and mentally exhausting and difficult to go through something like that. And so when I heard that some people were going out of their way to be cruel to the TPS members, it made me so mad. There were people saying that, oh, they were just posting those little teaser clips to taunt people. And there's people that have been accusing them of cheating. And it makes me sick, honestly. And these people who are saying this are so full of shit as well, because you know that the same people saying that, they were the first to click on those clips, those prog clips, as soon as they showed up on the Radiant's Twitter. They were the first people who were like, oh, I can't wait to see where they're at. You know, like, these people can't win for losing. It's like, if they won, people would say, oh, they were cheating. If they lost, people shit on them. So I think that the prog clips did make it more fun, have made it more fun. It's a nice little peek into what they were doing. And actually, I saw another tweet. This is a very underrated tweet about this. Someone said, this is the most underrated tweet of the century. Somebody said, people shitting on TPS right now are the same people who join clear parties when they don't know anything. This is so true. This is the truest thing I've ever seen written on Twitter. These are the same people who couldn't tell a stack marker from a hole in their ass. And they're sitting on Twitter with their greasy pizza fingers and like, oh, well, maybe you should have tried harder. Let me get back to my P1S prog. Yeah, but look, it's like my grandma said. It's like my grandma always used to say, you best get glad in the same britches that you got mad in. You need a little attitude adjustment if you find yourself wanting to taunt or harass or shit on people that are doing great. But honestly, that is something that just makes it really hard to exist as a public figure on the internet at all. I can tell you that from personal experience. Like, people see anything at all that they can criticize, the bigger the better. And they'll come after you with guns blazing just because they can. Like, they're always looking for something to whine about. Oh, hey, is it true? I heard a rumor. I don't know if it's true. Is it true that Sphia promised to go clear Heroic Jailer if they lost? Is that real? Chat, please tell me it's real. Please tell me it's real. Oh no. Y'all should donate to Sphia so that he can buy some WoW tokens. I'm sorry. Oh my god. Oh my god. But big grats to Neverland. I'm really, really happy for them. I know they're happy too. It's EU players and NA players. It's a mixture of EU and NA, so that's cool. We get a shared victory kind of between NA and EU.